ship's company dealing with so many people on board?
Well, HMS Cumberland Ships Company has responded magnificently to embarking the 207 entitled personnel from Benghazi. We've split the personnel up around the mess decks, and certainly over the last few hours, whilst we've been transiting across to Malta, the ship's company have been looking after them in terms of passing out food and drink and comforting them. The weather's been pretty miserable on the way across. We've got a number of people on board who are suffering with quite bad seasickness, so my ship's company again have been looking after them and making sure that they're as comfortable as they can be on this trip across to Malta.
And why is it taking so long to sail to Malta? And when will you arrive?
Well, we left Benghazi last evening just after sunset with our 207 embarked personnel, and as soon as we left the harbour entrance, it was quite noticeable that the weather had, as predicted, had picked up considerably. And overnight we've been moving into the teeth of a fairly heavy sea state, about sea state 6 or the like, with gale force winds as well to boot. So in order to balance the speed of our movements up to Malta with the comfort of the embarked personnel, we have reduced speed just to make sure that we don't injure anybody or indeed make anybody feel too uncomfortable en route. So as a consequence of that, we are slightly delayed getting up into Malta because of the bad weather, and we're expected to arrive in the early hours of tomorrow morning.
And what were you doing before this tasking?
Well, HMS Cumberland was coming to the end of a 6-month deployment. In fact, we were on our way home when we were tasked to assist the people here in Libya. We've been, over the last 6 months, conducting everything from energy security patrols up in the Northern Arabian Gulf, protecting oil infrastructure. We've been doing counter-piracy patrols in the Horn of Africa and in the Somali Basin area. We've been working with coalition and regional navies in order to just make sure that the capacity building is happening in those areas, to make sure that we can work closely with those countries in order to make sure that we can maintain the sea lines of communication for safe for lawful use. As we came up through the Red Sea, we got the call that things were deteriorating in Libya, and on coming through the Suez Canal, we were diverted. We stopped off very briefly in Crete just to load up some additional stores and personnel and to get some fuel, and then proceeded at best speed down to Benghazi. So in terms of the flexibility of the ship, what the ship's achieved over the last 4 months, 5 months or so has been remarkable. And I think the swing that we've just done from counter-piracy through to evacuation in very short order is a classic example of how we use a warship like HMS Cumberland in a whole variety of missions and tasks.
Fantastic, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.